All right, man. I like these car talks, and I just got out of church. So I just want to share a couple things that I don't know. I just felt inspired to share. Don't mind me. I'm gonna just eat this little protein bar real quick in the middle of the video. Man. So we started with we're gonna do the book of Joshua. And this is actually like really relevant in my life because I guess it just kind of goes into like taking action, right? Just like not worrying what the next step is going to be, just taking the first one, right? And by the way, church is so dope, actually. Like it's been such a fun time, a new experience. I mean, right now I do feel a little bit weird, like singing the songs and everything, and it's just not something that I've feelings of uncomfortability. I'm gonna get back to the references I got in a bit, but just like, so we were worshiping today. We're doing the songs, and it was like one of the last songs, and I've never been part of any, I don't think even a concert have done this. The guy that was singing, he was like, okay, we're gonna try something new today. This is the first time that we've ever done it in church, in service on Sunday. And he made half of the room, like, or just split the room in two halves, basically. Everybody stood in their same seats, and he made one half, the left half, face the right half, and then we just started like looking at each other and just like raising our hands and praising and singing. And it was, I don't know, I got goosebumps while I was doing it. It was crazy, but it felt good. Like, because here's another thing that I'm kind of struggling with, is like praying for other people. And it's tough because maybe that's just like pride or ego, or I'm not sure what it is, but especially if like you're thinking about like people that are like serving in other countries and stuff. The pastor kind of got into this today, and like he was like, any random message from another person, or especially if you're struggling and it might just hit you at a random moment, like it just kind of hits different because you're like actually realizing that you're making a difference. And it's almost kind of like reflecting with me right now and seeing like some of the positive comments that I'm getting on some of these real, raw and footage, and talking to you guys. Like it's so cool to see that there's actually people out there that care about the things that I talk about. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm struggling with currently. And I'm going to be working on that this year. So there's a quote that he said is like, our ministry comes from out of our misery. And the way to break that down is like, when you go through struggles, and I'm not like trying to be a pastor or anything, I just feel like I wanted to share this because it's relevant in my life. Like I said, the quote again, our ministry comes out of our misery. And he dove into a little bit deeper. He says, you start to develop a special kind of empathy for people that have struggled with the same things that you have struggled with. And then you're able to kind of get into their shoes and develop that perspective in a way. And I feel like that's a really big problem in today's society. Like, people are always thinking about themselves, or they're always trying to input their own opinions and their own perspectives. Like, they don't have the ability to look at the truth that other people might be living in because they want to just push theirs. So I try my best with that. I know I've done that in the past, where people tell me some of their, most personal stories, and then I just interrupt them and like not really listen. And it's just like, some people sometimes just want to be heard or seen without an opinion. And it's something that's pretty pretty real, I feel like. So there's that. So getting back to because we just started the book of Joshua, and I think we're going to do that for a couple weeks, he said. So I just want to share. So it's time to start taking action in 2025, because from what I've heard about Joshua, is that Moses essentially died before they were gonna overtake the town. I forgot what town it was, to cross the Jordan, I believe, right? And God was like, every step that you take is going to mark your territory from now on, or something like that, right? And they were essentially in the wilderness, and the wilderness could be paraphrased into like your bouts of overwhelm, fear, doubt, falling back into your old habits, not making even one step forward. And it essentially took them 40 years to get through that forest or the wilderness. So I relate that to my own life, because I would say probably since 2022 I've already had these dreams of like creating content and sharing what's on my heart, sharing what's in my journals, just trying to help people and serve people. And something that really stuck out to me is like, God planted those desires in your heart because that's what he wants for you. And I was like, whoa. So like, it's not. And I was just kind of like battling with myself, and I was like, so it's not selfish to want all these things that I want. Like, the things that you're asking for, he already has prepared for you. He was just waiting for you to take the first step. So I was like, oh. So that's why I kind of wanted to get on this video too, because there's probably a lot of people out there that's just been downing and getting in these circles and for 2-3 years. And I think I know I have visions to share, to inspire, to serve. And I want to help people. I want to help more so. I would like to help men because as men we have to lead. and women are not really going to submit to someone that doesn't show good leadership. Like it's going to be really hard for the woman to fall in line with you if you don't show her that you deserve to be followed, right? Like if you don't have a plan for your life, oh no, sorry, this is another thing. For example, if you can't plan a date, how are you going to plan the rest of our life? That's something a girl told me, and it just kind of hit me like a wall of bricks. So and this is what I wrote here in my Bible, is it's time what? Sorry, I can't. Oh yeah. It's time to get up, right? That's what I have. It's time to get up, stop wandering, and take it all. Take what is already yours. And that's crazy. Like, that's like taking action is something that I've been struggling with for so long. Probably actually since I last uploaded, or not since I last uploaded, because I guess I'm uploading now and I'm actually taking action, but my first video on YouTube was in 2021. I would say, I started getting all these views and everything, and I just started getting into my head about content and ideas and perspectives, and it was just like, am I going to be good enough to put content out for other people? And I know that's what a lot of people struggle with, especially if you feel chosen or if you feel like you have some kind of spiritual gift. And I believe everybody has a spiritual gift, by the way. So don't think that you're like some kind of NPC, or like, if you're an NPC watching this, then nah, you're probably not an NPC if you're watching this, honestly. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm gonna leave it in there. So oh man. So yeah, man, let me see what else I had here. Ooh, God is always preparing you for what he has prepared for you. Crazy. And I'm like, wow, like that's the same thing that was kind of going into the desires that I have. Like, your desires are not selfish, because those are what you already have been prepared for. He just wanted you to take the first step, bro. Or girl, if you're watching this. You're wanting what God has already given you. And that's... And none of this is like to kind of get down on yourself about your past. Because you've won. If you are alive today, you've won every battle that the devil has put against you. And I'm not saying devil as like this guy with a pointy tail, or like horns, or like red skin, red body. Like, devil comes in the form of thinking about sin, thinking about negative thoughts, thinking about fear, doubts, drifting in your purpose, or drifting in your everyday life. Just in general, going with, you know what? This is exactly what I think about when people are like, oh, just another day, living the dream. Like, are you really living the dream, brother? I don't know, man. Like, the just another day people, it's like, you don't wake up with any kind of purpose on your mind. And that's more so for men. You gotta wake up and be hungry to attack the day. And you gotta walk the land. That's what Joshua did, right? And it's gonna be your land and your descendants' lands, and you gotta get going, man. So stick with that, and you're gonna be good. Like, for example, I may be struggling financially right now. I'm not where I want to be. I have debts to pay. I have a repoed car. I'm using my brother's car right now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm further than before. Maybe not in material things, but I'm further mentally. I'm further emotionally. I'm further physically, for sure, because I've worked on my physical shape. So I'm prepared. I'm being prepared right now. I'm in a season of, I'm in the hyperbolic time chamber, right? You know, where Goku's like chilling in that tank with the blue. I'm not even a big Dragon Ball Z guy, and I just think of that image where he's just like being prepared in the tank, bro. And like, as soon as he's ready to take the step, he breaks out of the tank. So crazy. All right, man. Thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. So y'all have a great Sunday. Love you guys.